Here is former Stanford defensive end and current Dallas Cowboy, Ben Gardner. He's come to speak today. One of the things I wanted to show you before he spoke was that one moment that every kid dreams of, that moment when Jerry Jones calls you on the phone and asks you to be a Dallas Cowboy. This is the culmination of a lifetime's worth of work.
Ben, this is Jerry Jones with the Cowboys.
Hey, Mr. Jones, how you doing, man?
I'm doing just fine, and I wanted to be the first to get you on the phone and tell you we've just drafted you.
Oh, man, that's great to hear.
And we've drafted you. You've got some good support in this room with your coaches and your scouts, so I know you know what that means. You came from a place that's got it figured out there. But listen, we're glad to have you. Proud that you're a Cowboy.
Appreciate you coming up and speaking to these kids, man. Thanks a lot. Ben Gardner.
I had a decision to make. I could either go down the path of some of my friends that were going into drugs and alcohol at an early age, and that was big at the high school where I was from. A lot of partying there, and I made a decision that I wanted to be a football player. That's what I wanted to do since I was in diapers, and I wasn't going to mess with alcohol or drugs, and I made a conscious decision at that point that I was going to have the best work ethic at my high school and in the entire state. I grew up in Wisconsin. It's a smaller state than Texas, but I made a promise to myself that nobody in that state was going to outwork me. I went into my junior year. I moved to defensive end before my junior year. Played defensive end. Had a solid year, but still was probably the fourth or fifth best player on my high school team. And we were a team that won 2 state championships during my time. So we were a very good team, but I specifically remember after my junior season going in to talk to my high school coaches and saying, I want to play college football. Do you think I got a shot? What do you think I can do? And at that time, my defensive coach sat me down and he said, I think that you have a chance to maybe play at a Division III school in Wisconsin. You got a chance to play at Division III. And I walked out of that meeting. My dad was there with me at that meeting. I told my dad, that's not happening, man. I'm better than that. I'm gonna have a big off season, and I'm gonna play Division I football. And at that time, I don't know if my dad believed me. I know for sure my coaches didn't believe me, but at that time, I believed it, and that's all that mattered. So that off season had the best off season of anyone on my team. Gained 30 pounds, got faster, got stronger. I was the first one in the weight room after school, the last one out every single day. Ended up being the runner-up for Player of the Year in the state of Wisconsin, and still wasn't getting a ton of attention from colleges, and I didn't know why. I had double-digit sacks and felt like I was good enough to go play at the University of Wisconsin. They offered my teammate a scholarship. They didn't offer me one. Going to camps, doing all that sort of thing. Still never got an offer until I got that one phone call about 2 weeks before signing day from Jim Harbaugh at Stanford, saying, "Man, we just got a scholarship offer freed up. We need one more guy, and we want you to be that guy." And I jumped all over it. I showed up at Stanford. Nobody knew who I was. I was the lowest recruited guy on that team. But once again, I had that work ethic, that belief in my heart that I don't care what other people think of me as a player. I know what kind of player I am, and I know that I'm willing to put in the work that these guys aren't willing to put in.
Q Smith on the beat. That's me.
It's Jay Carter, yeah. Going to get me high.